Like I've been telling y'all before, this is no holds barred. I'm talking about everything that's on my mind because I might be going to jail soon. I'm gonna get everything off my mind because I'm not gonna have such a good jail stay if I'm gonna have all this shit on my mind. So this is going to be a clear airing. Summons, just a piece of paper. Protective orders, restraining orders, waste of ink. I'm going to talk about every single thing that's on my mind. Because guess what? This man don't give me a thing, knowing how they care about straight men more than anything, straight bigots actually. Guess what? They gonna try to slap my ass for the felony. So no holds barred. Now we're gonna get to this. Spare the rod, spoil the child. I can't instill it enough. Belts. I used to say belts were made to hold your pants up, but now I believe that these kids need a good, honest ass whipping. I was at Wal-Mart. I'm going to give you an example. I was at Wal-Mart at the self-checkout. I was walking to the self-checkout with my bag full of commodities, you could say, toiletries. I had mouthwash, I had soap, I had popcorn, and I had soda pop. This little girl holding her little baby doll with the comb in her nappy ass head. You gonna say, "Mommy, why is he carrying a pocketbook?" I had to hold myself in. Here's what I would have said to that little girl. Girl, what I'm wearing is not a pocketbook. I'm a male. I have a dick. Get that correct. I'm wearing a man purse, a European shoulder bag, made by the good people of Pas-de-Calais, France. Not Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. I ain't a queen. I'm a butch. And the mother, she's at the candy rack, and she just giggling. Don't teach your children how to be bigots. We already have enough of them. Another example. I was walking from the library one day, and this little boy actually asked this little boy said, "Oh, this boy is switching." Look at all the straight men who are switching. There are more straight men who switch than there are gay men who switch. As you might see, I do not resemble a gay man at all. And to get this correct for all y'all viewers on YouTube land, I am not gay. I am a bisexual. I love men. I love women. I do not resemble it at all. Not by the way I dress, not by the way I look. The only way they think it is because of the way I talk. And it can't be because of the way I walk, because I've always switched when I walk. Why? My hips hurt when I try and walk straight. And it was on this day I had on some nice, I wasn't wearing nice clothes. I was thugged out, child. I was wearing, it was back in September of 2008. I was wearing some jabot shorts, and I was wearing a blue and white striped and I was wearing a blue and white striped polo. And I was wearing some Air Force One, and I was wearing some Air Force One. I was wearing some Air Force Ones that my cousin had left. I didn't want them. When I go out thugging, I do not wear old rusty ass shoes. I'd rather go out barefoot looking thugging. I'm not going in no rusty ass shoes. You can't tell a gay person by the way they look, by the way they talk, by the way they walk. You got gay men who look like flies, and you got gay men who talk like Gilbert Gottfried. Now, as you might know, he does this. I think he's a little alien off of Cyber Chase. I do know he's from Cyber Chase, and I do know that he be doing the thing after where it says PBSKidsGo.org saying, "Hey guys, you can see this cyber school and look at that." And I hate that New York accent. It makes me sick to my stomach. Oh my God, that is don't teach your kids that. I wouldn't teach my kids. I wouldn't teach my kids to call lesbians dykes and gays faggots or none of that. I want people to love people for the way they are, not by the color of their skin or the actions. It's by the content of their character. Martin Luther King couldn't have said it better his own damn self. For a while, people were when we was before Barack Obama became president. Someone asked me on the 11 going to the Obama rally, was I a Democrat or Republican? I got up and I said, I'm a Democrat, and I'm voting for Barack Hussein Obama. Third. I think he's a third, or is that Barack Obama's senior? He's a junior, I don't know. But anyway. You cannot teach your kids to be that way. You have neighbors. I had this little boy to come and punch me in my stomach and say, "You weird." I was reading to these little kids at Shamrock Gardens for Right Moves, and this little girl said, and this little Mexican boy said, "You talk weird." Guess what I did? I got up out my seat, I walked down the door. I told the lady who was in charge, I told her, "Honey, you can forget all that. I'm taking the 23 back home." Put a leash on your key.